Here's Patrick.
What's up?
Say hi, Patrick. You excited?
So pumped. Dude, this is the storm that was in Concord 2 hours ago. The remote pilot will ensure that the SUA is operating safely and efficiently with the KPRC Class C airspace.
One is to just check you after we're concerned.
So we're on our way to the Charlotte Motor Speedway. They just had their Coca-Cola 600 race this past Sunday, and now it is Friday, and they're doing a high school graduation. So they're doing it all. They reached out to someone who knew what they're doing with drones, which I guess that's me. I don't know. I'm excited.
So as you can see, our challenge today is going to be the potential rain that might be coming in. We're looking okay. Y'all, how we feeling?
May my face rest in peace, cause that's a old me. Got this taste on my tongue, I crave the glory. Gasoline in my veins, be the fuel through my pain. Oh, as we rise from the flames.
We made it through the day.
Of course, we gotta go to Cookout. Cheddar style burger tray with no grilled onions, 2 corn dogs, and a huge sweet tea.
That's right.
Without a doubt.
Why is it important to have a constant mindset of helping others and empowering others?
I think it just builds incredible relationships. Like, you guys came and helped me out with this shoot, and you did it because we developed this relationship over the course of a couple of years working together. If you have the means to help someone, then you should do it because, I don't know, you could either make someone's day or make someone's life by doing it. I love that question. I think that's great. Yeah.
Love it. All right. Appreciate it, Patrick. Peace. Unfortunately, Patrick and I ran out of time at the shoot to talk about everything we wanted to talk about. So I asked him if he'd be down to come on the podcast and have a conversation. And luckily he was. So I'm excited for the conversation. We'll see what happens. All right. I'd love to kind of dive into this topic of, getting started. You've always been talking about really wanting to get your pilot's license. And this summer, you finally just said, screw it, I'm going to go do it. And you did over the course of, I think, 3 or 4 months, right? Freaking
I got
awesome.
just under 3 months. I had an original plan for this summer. I am a man of faith and love God and was going to serve at a Young Life camp. I was super excited to get to grow there and serve there and meet people. But obviously COVID-19, this door is closed, but another one could open. Naturally, was what else can I do this summer? So I started going through the training and just fell in love with aviation. It was so cool. And it probably has been one of the most rewarding and best things I've ever done and most fun things I've ever done. I think if there's been one theme to everything I've been talking about is that chase after what you love. As long as you're doing what you love and you're working hard, I don't think you can go wrong.
That's awesome. No, I'll definitely take those words to heart. I appreciate it.
What's the biggest piece of advice that you would give to somebody? They've got an idea, but they're not sure what to do next. What's your advice?
If you don't have someone that immediately comes to mind as this is someone that I really look up to, that's a great place to get started cultivating some of those core ideas. But then for me, a lot of it is just reaching out to the people around me, friends, parents, teachers, all of these different people you have in your direct circle. I want to ask you just a real brief question is, when you started, was that first episode just this perfect, in all its glory, or is there still going to be room to improve?
I think there's definitely still going to be room to improve. Every week, I'm going to hopefully get better at it.
That was kind of a little bit of my perspective too. I realized that I'm going to get started and it's not going to be perfect. I could have spent 5 years. I could have spent 10 years. I could have spent 20 years getting through my career and established and then be all right, I'm ready to start this leadership podcast. It could have been exactly the same episode as I did today, right? I would have lived more. I would have done more. But at the end of the day, I realized that the impact that I can make today as a 20-year-old young leader is going to be different, but it's going to be in some sense the same as the impact that I could have in 20 years on the same listener, right? Or the same type of person. Really, why wait? It's never going to be the perfect time to start. That's really what drove me to all right, let's make today day one.
Wow, it has been an incredible 2 weeks. I learned so much by going on the shoot and talking to Patrick and then also talking to Parker. just really cool conversations with people that I respect and admire. From talking to Patrick, he and I really relate in terms of trying to do a bunch of different things at once. And one thing I learned from the conversation is it's okay to not have this like perfect balance all the time, and recognize that during different seasons of your life, it's simply going to evolve and you're going to spend more of your time on certain things. Another thing I learned from Patrick, when one door closes, another one opens. For Patrick, that was, really wanting to go to this Young Life camp over the summer. I know he was really excited about it. And then unfortunately, when COVID-19 hit, it just totally got canceled. Instead of just kind of giving up on that summer, Patrick found something else that was kind of on his radar. He's like, hey, why don't I just go spend all of that time I was going to spend at camp getting my pilot's license, which is awesome. So I really admire that. I definitely want to try and exhibit that more in my own life. The biggest thing that I learned from Parker, and honestly this is advice that I really needed, was the idea that as I'm trying to start, I need to find some people who have done similar things in the past, even if they're not exactly the same, and reach out to them and learn from them. And that can be the way that I start, is by learning from people who have done it before. So I'm going to try and take Parker's advice. On the next episode, I'm going to try and reach out to a person or a couple people who are doing something similar to what I'm trying to do with Share Your Why. So stay tuned to see what happens.